So hello to everybody on YouTube and Instagram. I'm just starting the YouTube video now. Instagram, I showed a little bit of my Airbnb, but I will post some photos on my Instagram page. So if you're on YouTube or you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to follow me. So once again, this is Medellin, and I'm reporting live from Medellin, Colombia. A lot of you have seen that I've done like other videos on Colombia, and check those out. But I decided to do a separate YouTube page solely for traveling. Okay, so definitely make sure to follow me there. I think it's like Makeda Valletta Travels, but since it's a new page, it might be hard to find. So I'll be posting the links to that page below on my other two YouTube pages as well, the Renaissance Amazon and the Body Scientist 81. So you should eventually find that page. I just wanted to talk about the food in Medellin today. Sometimes I talk about food more from like a health standpoint, like getting into like the food systems. And those videos I will do on my YouTube page, the Body Scientist 81. So I'm not really that sure about like the food systems that much. I'm still researching that. But I will say that the food in Medellin is really, really good. The food in Medellin and the food in Cali is really good. I did a video on the food in Cartagena, and I said I wasn't that crazy about it. But the thing about the food in Medellin is that there's a wide variety of food that you can find. You can find typical Colombian food, and in this region, people are known as paisas. So paisas have a certain type of food, just like in America. You have people in Baltimore and Maryland are known for certain things. If you go to Texas, they're known for certain things. Or you go to New Orleans, they're known for certain things. Same thing here in Colombia. So the regional foods can vary. But in Medellin, a lot of arepas, and arepas are something that they're like these corn cakes. And they'll fill them with cheese, meat, blood sausage. Last night I was looking at the menu and I saw they had morcilla arepas, and morcilla is blood sausage. Blood sausage is something that you see throughout every culture. Like Anthony Bourdain, parts unknown. Anthony Bourdain, parts unknown. When he would travel around the world, a lot of cultures ate blood sausage. Even I think Americans ate it too. But here they have arepas con morcilla, blood sausage. There's a lot of soups that are made with organ meats. I saw that in Cali and in Medellin. There's a lot of soups that you can get that's full of organ meats. And I talk about this all the time because I believe in traditional foods. I am a sports nutritionist, but I'm a holistic sports nutritionist. And I do believe in eating traditional foods. And organ meats is something that is very traditional. All cultures ate it. That's what all the nutrition is. They also love cheese here. They love queso, okay? And I love cheese, so it's great for me. They put cheese on everything, in everything. There's lots of ribs here, like barbecue ribs. So you have like American style barbecue here. They love burgers. They love burgers all throughout Colombia, like all throughout Colombia. But in Medellin and Cali, a lot of like artisanal burger places for sure. So if you love burgers, if you love artisanal pizza, I eat so much pizza growing up in New York, I'm like tired of pizza. But if you're a pizza lover and you like artisanal pizza, they have a lot of artisanal pizza, artisanal burgers, artisanal ice cream. And I noticed that in Medellin and in Cali. And like American things that you like fried chicken wings, stuff like that. Of course, they got like KFC and Burger King and Dunkin' Donuts, which I have no interest in, but that is here. Medellin and Cali have Starbucks, which if you're a coffee drinker, I don't know why you would go to Starbucks because there's lots of good Colombian coffee everywhere. But I like matcha tea. I like my matcha. It's a green tea latte that I like to consume to get my caffeine. Or I will drink a chai tea with yerba mate. Yerba mate is a tea herb from South America that contains caffeine. And so I always travel with my own yerba mate, and then I'll put it in some chai. And so I'll go to Starbucks for the green tea, for the matcha. But also Juan Valdez, which I've talked about before, also has the matcha and chai. Um, and in Cali and in Medellin, I'm not sure about Cartagena because I didn't know about Rappi when I was in Cartagena. But in Medellin and in Cali, you can use something called Rappi, which is an app that you can order all kinds of food and it's really cheap. Like they'll deliver food to you for like 20 cents. And you can order all kinds of food. The other thing on Rappi, you can also order stuff from the drugstore, the supermarket. You can order alcohol. Like I ordered a bottle of vodka at like 11 in the morning. 11 at night. And they just asked me, are you 18 years or older? And that's it. Like, you can order blunt wraps. You can order furniture, electronics, clothes, sneakers, everything off this app called Rappi. So I really like that. And so, yeah, there's food everywhere. That's one thing I feel like about Spanish-speaking people. I don't care where they are in the world or what country they come from. You go into their neighborhood, there's not a lack of food at all. So there's tons of food everywhere, and good food, especially in Medellin. Well, right now I'm in a neighborhood called El Poblado. And El Poblado is a neighborhood that's more touristy. So you have more Americans and Canadians and Europeans and people from other places in this neighborhood, but there's also a lot of Colombians in this neighborhood too. But out of the neighborhoods that I've been in so far, this one and one called La Bombona, also known as Buenos Aires, which is more of a traditional Colombian neighborhood, also had a lot of really good food. Really good food. I mean, street food, like all kinds of good food, good ice cream. But the thing is that you still have to check the ingredients on things. I've talked about this before. I talked about this in my video about the food in Cartagena, where you could ask somebody for butter and they might give you margarine. So I'm always ask them in Spanish, this is real butter, right? Not margarine, because a lot of times they use it interchangeably, and I don't want to consume margarine. Or I remember when I was in Cali, I asked for some iced tea, and then the guy brought me the bottle. I didn't know it was bottled iced tea. I thought it was homemade. And I look at the back of the bottle and it has all these chemicals in it, and I know how to read that in Spanish the same way I can read it in English, and I'm like, nope, I don't want that, So there's also a lot of processed food here and a lot of things that have icky ingredients. So you have to be just as careful about that here as you do in the United States. If you look at my videos on my page, The Body Scientist 81, you know that I talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Like a lot of people in the U.S., you have to be very conscious of what you're consuming and understand how to read ingredients. But you have to do that here as well. Certain things like fruit, like when it comes to tropical fruit, fruit is always best in season, local and in season. And I prefer to eat tropical fruit when I'm places where it grows. Like the pineapple here tastes so much better than the pineapple does in the States, right? That's because it's coming from a local source. So there's lots of fresh fruit and fresh juices everywhere. And I really only think it's good to really drink juice when it's really hot and you're doing a lot, and it's fresh, real juice. So there's a lot of that here. If you're a vegetarian, I'm never trying to cater to the vegetarians because I'm not about that life and I don't really care. But for those of you who may be vegetarian, they do have a lot of vegetarian, it seems to be vegetarian options here. I don't feel like I saw that so much in Cartagena, but I see it in Medellin, and it's probably because Medellin has a lot of tourists. I mean, Cartagena does too, but you definitely see a lot of options for that here. The chocolate, the café is muy bueno in Colombia, like muy rico. So it's, the food, the flavors are very strong. I just feel like there's really good food here. I'm a foodie. I like good food, but I also like good quality food. So some of the places, I'll post a lot of places on my Instagram pages, so be sure to look at it because there are a lot of places with good quality stuff. The more expensive, to them, the more expensive food, right, is still cheap to an American standards. And I'll try to post the prices of things on my YouTube page as well. so you can get some idea of how much things cost. But like if you're eating like at a typical Colombian restaurant, they will give you like juice, soup, a big meal, like meat, rice and beans, all this stuff for like $2, right? But if you're going to like a more expensive place, like this morning I had an egg casserole. It was 2 eggs and there's like tomato salsa, homemade cheese, some rustic bread. That might have been like $5. Then I had some ginger Lulu lemonade. Lulo is a fruit from here. So ginger Lulo lemonade, that was about $2. And then I had a chai tea, also $2. And the chai tea, like you could taste that the tea was really good aromatic ingredients. So, and then they add the tips here. They add the tips to the bill, so you don't ever have to worry about adding a tip. And they call it propina. Propina is what they call it. And it's always added to the bill, so you never have to add that yourself. So always, be conscious of that. So yeah, all those things I had. The Lulu ginger lemonade, which was really good and really fresh. The chai, which was really good quality tea. And then the egg casserole. Together it was like $12, including the tip. And that's the expensive side for them. But that would have costed a lot more in the U.S. And it was really good quality. So yeah, I'm going to be posting photos on my page, The Body Scientist, on Instagram, _body_scientist, and then again at _Renaissance Amazon _81. In the beginning of this Instagram video, I did show you guys the Airbnb that I'm staying in. For the YouTube version, I didn't do that, but I will post a link to the Airbnb that I'm staying at. This one was, I think, like $30 a night for what I showed you, and but where I was staying at in Cali was like $15 a night. So Cali is a little bit cheaper than Medellin, but there's lots of different options. So I will post the places that I've stayed here below, because the last 2 days I was at a different Airbnb and I was not happy there. So I'm much happier at this one. So it's just on the page I'm starting for traveling, I'm going to do videos where I talk all about that. Like all about why I love Airbnb, like different tips for using Airbnb when you're traveling. Because I know a lot of people haven't used it yet, and I actually prefer Airbnb over hotels. And I'll do a video speaking about why. So just look out for that channel. I'll try to post a link to that channel soon, because I just started it. And when you first start a YouTube channel, I think it's kind of hard to find or hard to list it. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. There's also a really cool outdoor gym over here that I'm about to go to, because I've been in Colombia since April 18th, and I have not worked out, except walking up these heavy hills. Oh, that's another thing I noticed here, right? That there's so many things that we want to say to you guys, and like I want to put them in these different videos. But one thing I noticed in terms of like, I haven't been to any gyms here yet, and I want to go to the gym. But both in Cali and in Medellin, I haven't seen people outside playing sports. Like they're big soccer cities, and it's a big soccer country. Can't say I've seen anybody, kids or adults, playing outside, playing sports at all. Not once. And this is outdoor gym I'm going to go work out at. But the outdoor gym had all dudes working out and shit, which is, typical. A lot of women here look like they do work out, but I haven't been to the gyms. But definitely these hills here are like San Francisco steep. And like yesterday, I had my laptop on my back, and I had my laptop and some books. And just walking up the hill, my ass was on fire. Like everything just felt, because the hills are really, really steep. And you have to be walking up the hill. I'm telling you, walking on flat land isn't shit. Walking up hills is what activates your hamstrings, your thighs, your booty, all that. And then carrying something heavy in your back just intensifies it. So there's a lot of that kind of physical work. And one thing I noticed that annoys me is that, like, I'm not the kind of woman that expects dudes to open the door for me and all that shit. I'm just like, whatever. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But when I am around a man, the one thing I do want him to do is carry my shit. If I have heavy bags and there's a man around me, I'm like, please take these bags. please carry these bags, because men have men's strength. And I get annoyed when a man sees me with a heavy bag and he doesn't help, like a taxi driver. So here, my experiences with taxis, the male taxi drivers never, and taxi drivers are always men, they never get out the car to try to help me with my bag. I can have a bunch of bags, I can have something heavy, they don't even like flinch or think about trying to help. Then whenever I arrive where I'm going, if there's a woman who greets me and they try to grab my bag, I always tell the woman, oh no, it's okay, I'll carry it because it's heavy, right? It's heavy. I'm not trying to ask another woman to carry my heavy bag, you know. Only men, because men have men's strength. But every time I say that to a woman, she could be old, young, whatever, they always laugh at me, carry my bag anyway, up like a fucking long-ass flight of stairs. And they don't even complain. They don't say, oh, this bag is heavy. They don't seem tired. So these women here are strong. These women here are very strong. And I think there's something symbolic about that. Why is it that not one man has helped me with my bag? Except the very first time I came to Cali last month, there's an old taxi driver who carried my bag up 6 flights. But other than that, like, no man has helped me pick it up and put it inside the car or do anything. It's been all women, which I find to be a pretty interesting observation. It's something I observed. So I'm going to go do some other things. Okay, so I just wanted to report back. I do think that Colombia is a good place to visit. I keep saying that. And any questions you have, let me know, and I will be sure, well, I'll try to do videos addressing it, okay? So make sure you follow me on YouTube, and have a good day. Bye, people.